Welcome viewers to Misogyny in Pop Music. I think it was me who originally popped this on our topic list, and when I did I had the song Monster in the back of my mind. If you don't know the song, it is by Kanye West, Jay-Z, Bon Iver and Rick Ross, and is pretty fucked up, especially the music video for it, which caused a lot of controversy. There's a lot of creepy things about fetishizing rape. There are dead women littered all over the place in the music video. There's pretty much one in every frame. There's been a lot of criticism that it portrays black women as animalistic and white women as passive victims. It is all kinds of disturbing. The opening scene is Rick Ross on a throne, and he's surrounded by hanged models in their underwear, just dangling. There's a part where Kanye raps with a severed woman's head in his hand. Jay-Z's verse includes the line, "Rape and pillage a village, women and children." There's a bit where Kanye rearranges two dead bodies in a double bed, so it looks like they're cuddling each other. There's a very disturbing bit with a dead woman on a table, and Rick Ross approaches the door and shuts it in the viewer's face, and he's got a chainsaw in his hand. And that's not even half of the video. I would think twice before you Google to try and look it up, because it's absolutely it's just disgusting. But when I sat down to sort of write this video, write the script for it, it feels like white people, and I'm including myself in this, we always seem to point the finger at rap and hip-hop for being like the most extreme examples of misogyny in music. And, you know, these genres are often described as sort of urban black genres, and we really specifically point fingers at black artists for being misogynistic. Like, I remember when Tyler, the Creator, brought his album out, there was like a media rampage to condemn him, and Odd Future for their incredibly violent, homophobic, misogynistic lyrics, and rightly so, because they were disgusting and messed up and all kinds of wrong. But it sort of felt like at the same time we were really lacking this criticism of white artists. For example, Eminem has in the past and continues to use really violently misogynistic imagery, and our failure to assess and criticise and hold to account white artists for perpetuating misogynistic and harmful attitudes as well is, whether we do it consciously or unconsciously, pretty racist. So white pop artists are pretty misogynistic themselves, and that's what I want to talk about today in this video. The first song I want to take issue with is, I'm genuinely a little bit afraid to say, One Direction's song What Makes You Beautiful. Basically the song is about a really insecure girl. Literally the first line of the song is, "You're insecure." And the point of the song is that, you know, she's got really low self-esteem. The narrator of the song and everyone else thinks she's a total babe, but she doesn't realise that. The chorus is what I think is the problematic part, because it contains the lines, "You don't know you're beautiful, that's what makes you beautiful." I don't know if you've heard of the technique of negging, which is what this song really reminds me of. If you haven't, negging is a technique used by low-life scumbags who call themselves pickup artists. And basically it's a technique which involves insulting a girl and attacking her self-esteem and self-confidence and trying to undermine that, in the hope that you'll make her feel so ugly and bad about herself that she'll be flattered by your low-grade sleazy attention and be more likely to sleep with you. This technique, and the techniques of pickup artists in general, are a really fucked up and misogynistic way to treat women. And this One Direction song really reminded me of this, because in the song, the girl's attractive quality is her modesty, which is effectively her low self-esteem and insecurities. It really pisses me off, because as someone who's like struggled with their self-esteem and confidence a lot, having low self-esteem and feeling ugly and unattractive is like a really crappy place to be in. But One Direction don't care how this girl feels, because it's hot. If it wasn't for this one line, then the song would be, you know, kind of sweet, celebrating all the things he loves about her, all the things he sees beauty in, which she might not. But with that one line, it's like, nope, the avowal that your self-hatred turns these guys on, they kind of killed that song for me. And this isn't the only example of arguably like misogyny in pop music. It goes through plenty of artists and throughout the history of pop. So take Taylor Swift, who's been rightly criticised a lot for her incredibly slut-shaming lyrics. One of her songs includes the line, "She's an actress, whoa, she's better known for the things that she does on the mattress." A lot of her videos as well contain this sort of nice, pure girl versus evil, nasty slut girl imagery, which is just, seriously, Taylor, no, stop that. The Rolling Stones and their song Brown Sugar, which gets played on the radio endlessly and gets covered by like X Factor contestants, it's a song about a slave owner raping a young black woman. Kid Rock sings a song called Fuck You Blind, which has the lyrics, "I pull them young, start fucking with their virgin minds," and also, "I'll fuck you blind, leave you face down in the dirt." Love the Way You Lie by Eminem and Rihanna, and I don't want to heap blame on Rihanna for this because she is a survivor of domestic violence, but I think my main problem is the music video, which really, it really glamorizes this a really violent and abusive relationship, instead of showing it to be a bad and harmful thing. And also Eminem's last lyric in the song is, "If she ever tries to fucking leave again, I'm gonna tie her to the bed and set the house on fire." Lady Gaga, who did the exact same thing as the video for Monster in her video for Paparazzi. She's like, their video is filled with sexed up women's corpses, and she faced absolutely no criticism for it, which is just ridiculous and really shows our double standards. The Beatles song Run For Your Life has the lyrics, "Well, I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than with another man. How peace and love," yeah. Eminem, forever, all the criticism, who in his song Stay Wide Awake has lyrics about rape which are so disgusting and disturbing, not least because they mirror very famous real life serial killers' attacks on women. I don't want to repeat them to you. If you want to look them up, then you can. A lot of these artists try to excuse the misogyny in their lyrics and videos by claiming that it's art or something done by their artistic alter ego. So they're not responsible for that. I think the video for Monster had at the beginning, "This video is not intended to, be offensive to any groups or be misogynistic." It was originally released with that as a preface. I know a lot of artists have claimed that some of their problematic lyrics are done by an alter ego, so somehow magically they're not responsible for it. And when artists say that, we need to let them know that actually that is not an excuse, we're not buying that. I don't give a shit if you're pretending your misogynistic pile of crap is art. Art doesn't exist in a vacuum. Labelling something as art does not make it magically immune from criticism, and it does not make the attitudes it expresses or the acts it glamorises any less harmful. People really idolise musicians. I don't think that needs pointing out. People go to really obsessive lengths over their favourite artists and bands. They're really committed to them, especially young teenagers, I think, who I would argue are at quite like a vulnerable time in their lives, quite an impressionistic time in their lives. And to be looking up to people who spew this kind of shit as role models is, I think, really damaging. Being exposed to this sort of misogyny every single day through having adverts set to this music, listening to it on the radio, on your iPod, hearing it on TV, hearing it played through speakers in cafes and shops, that has a really real impact on how we view and treat women in our society. It's kind of like indoctrination, like brainwashing, and especially to be exposed to this stuff 24/7 and not hear it challenged or critiqued. I'm really sick of hearing musicians cry art as an excuse for them to carry on selling the hatred of women as a creative ideal. So, what are your least favourite misogynistic pop songs?